what's going on? It's your boy back at you with another vid. I'm sitting outside. I'm on my way home, and I was gonna drop a positive message for y'all tonight. And I appreciate the love I got for the last video. And I think I'm gonna start doing more videos like this, man. I like teaching, and I like helping people, and that's what I really came on YouTube for. So, but anyway, let me get on to the thing. I'm gonna tell you something right now that every man and every woman need to hear. That a person's hesitation is your answer. That's the message for tonight. That if you're interested in a person, this ain't gonna be a long video. If you keep asking a person to go hang out with you, and it's always they're too busy. They're too busy. They always they gotta go to class. They always I gotta take my kids to the doctor. I got to it's always something, right? When you ask them to hang out with you, you know what you need to do? You just need to cut it off. Because if a person is interested in you, there's not going to be there's not going to be any hesitation. You have to, that's what, fellas, women, we have to open our eyes, man. God gave us eyes for us to see. That's why God put two eyes in your head. Or some people lost their eye, but you have one eye. God gave you an eye to see the nonsense that people do to you, that the games that they play. That's your answer. Their hesitation is your answer. Because if they wanted to be in your life, there's no hesitation. Because if they want you bad enough, or for not just about sex or relationships, but in general, if a person wants to be bad enough, they'll figure out a way to spend time with you. When you hear the excuse about, I'm too busy, I got something going on, I think a lot of that is because, and a lot of people or a lot of dating coaches say, well, that they're cowards. They're not really cowards. I think a lot of people do this because you gotta look at it. And I looked at a lot of these shows like Cold Case Files, Forensic Files, FBI Files, a murder. I seen a murder on the news the other day where a guy murdered a woman because she didn't like his advances. It's a lot of crazy people out here. So a lot of these women are very vulnerable. You get what I'm saying? A lot of women, it's not that they're trying to dish you, but they're doing it so you can get the picture. Because if a person keeps blowing you off, eventually you have to get the message that, okay, this person just doesn't want to be bothered. A lot of women do that. Because, a man is stronger than a woman. He can overpower a woman. So you got to look at the situation. You got to look at it both ways. So that's why they'll give you all kind of excuses. When you hear these excuses about I'm busy, if I'm always busy, if they're too busy, then they're just not interested in you. And you have to cut your losses and move on. But see what the weak guy does. This is what the weak guy does, or the weak woman does. They'll keep chasing them. You don't have to chase nobody. You don't want to make somebody. And you know what? That a lot of people do this because they don't have no self-respect. Where's your self-respect? Where's your dignity? Be willing to walk away. If you see that they're not giving you what you want, if they want to just talk on the phone all the time, but they never want to meet you in person. It's always an excuse. Then you don't need that. You don't need a lot. That's why, I'm going to tell you something. That's why I cut off Facebook a lot. Because Facebook, they just want attention. And I'm going to tell you something. That stop caring and date other people, date around. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket because it's going to fall out. And I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about women too. That you got to understand that God made you, he made you fearfully and wonderfully made, didn't he? He created fearfully and wonderfully made people. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. But you got to carry yourself in that demeanor. You got to carry yourself with self-respect. Because nobody's going to respect a weak person. You think they're going to respect you? And they keep blowing you off, but you keep calling them. For what? They showed you a few times. If you give them twice, you answer them twice, you ask them twice on 2 occasions. You say, look, let's get together and hang out. They give you an excuse. But then they come with another excuse, and you cut it off. They're just not that interested in you. And it's okay because everybody's not going to like you. Because if everybody liked you, you wouldn't have a world, right? You have to look at things positive. That what one person won't do, another one will. But you got to have that abundance mindset. You have to change your mindset. You have to think positive. Okay, this person is not interested. Because the more you hang around, the more worse it makes you look. They look at you like the dirt on their shoe. And just some people are just not attracted to you. Regardless of your money, regardless of your status, no matter what you look like. You know, a lot of these dating coaches say, well, get in shape. Maybe she likes a big guy. Maybe she likes a short guy. Maybe she likes a bald head guy. Or women. Maybe they like a woman with hips. Maybe they like big women. Maybe they like small women. Maybe they like petite women. People have their own style that they like. And maybe you just don't fit that, and that's okay. Because when they hesitate, that's your answer. When you keep asking them on dates and they keep blowing you off, that's your answer. And that's your cue to walk away. Okay, they're not interested. I can get me somebody else. You got to think positive. That it's just going to cause you a lot of pain later on. Trust me. When I make videos like this, I care about you guys. Because I don't want you to go through the same things that I've done. I've been that guy begging and begging and begging and begging, and it doesn't get you anywhere. I've been that guy texting people, but they never want to text you. I've been that guy that's calling, but they never want to call you. Don't be like me. I make these videos because I want you to learn from my mistakes. And don't make the same mistakes that I made. Now have some self-respect, man. Have some love for yourself. That if a person is just not interested, just leave them alone. And what you have to do, and when you blow them, I'm going to say this. A lot of times, they'll come to you. But you got to let people come to you. You must love in a way where a person feels free. You have to make them feel free. You have to show them that you're different. You know, I'm going to talk to the men on this when I'm going to get to the women too. But you have to understand that you got to be different from the pack. At the university where I work at, the site where I work at, you know how much more women talk to me now? Because I'm not in their face all the time. See, the motto is simple. The less you care, the more they stare. The less you care, the more they stare. The less you love, the more they love. And it's vice versa for women too. Stop being so hard up. Learn how to be by yourself for a while. It's okay to be single. And we had this conversation the other day. It's okay to be by yourself. God made you this way. God made you by yourself, didn't he? Why you can't be by yourself? What, you scared? What are you scared of, man? Start having some self-respect for yourself. Start learning how to love yourself. Because I love myself now. That I'm not going to kiss nobody's behind. I'm not family, women, whoever, job, whoever. If I have to kiss your behind, I don't need you. People don't have no self-respect, man. That if you don't love yourself, when you see a person and you send them these 2 texts, women too, if you keep asking them to hang out with you and it's always an excuse, leave it alone. There's a million women out here. And I know you might have feelings for them. Take you some time to yourself, regroup, maybe take a week or 2. That is kind of like trauma. When you somebody that you like and they keep blowing you off. I mean, come on, man. I understand. But at some point you have to move on. And that's what this video, I just want to make a quick video about that. Because I see a lot of guys keep doing that. Keep begging, keep running. Stop running behind them. Let them come to you. The less you care, the more they stare. Ladies and gentlemen, God makes strong people. God didn't make weak people. God gave you eyes to see, but you have to use them, man. You have to actions speak louder than words. Talk is cheap. Let us not love with words, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. That a person's deeds outrank what they say. There's an old saying that well done is always better than well said. I don't care about what you're saying. I care about what you're doing. And if they're not showing you any action, that's your action. That's your answer. When they keep hesitating and come with all these BS excuses, that's your answer. You have to have an abundance mindset. And if you don't have it, you're going to continue to sleep alone. You're going to continue to keep getting rejected. You're going to continue to keep getting in that friend zone. You're going to continue to be on a job where you're not getting no promotion because you feel like you have to keep kissing somebody behind, and you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, man. You don't have to be a sellout for somebody to like you. Either they like you or they don't. If you don't, then you just have to cut your losses and move on. And I got another video tomorrow too. I had a couple of videos that I got in mind. And I'm just going to keep doing this thing. I really liked, the video I did the other night. I liked the feedback I got. And we're just going to keep working. We're going to keep rocking these videos out. And we're going to start talking about, positive things. But we got to talk about things that can build us up. That begging and chasing people. No, I'm not doing it. I got people out here mad at me right now. But because I'm not going to kiss nobody's behind, because I love myself, that self-respect is everything. That if you don't respect yourself, who is going to respect you? And I'm going to ask before I leave this video, who's going to respect the person that every time you see them, or every time you text them, let's hang out, let's hang out, let's hang out, and they keep telling you no? Then eventually, you know what's going to happen? Or if you're on a job with somebody that you like and you keep asking them, eventually they're going to ask for a restraining order. That's stalkerish behavior. To keep chasing somebody who ain't interested. Don't get that restraining order. And I read a lot. I read a lot. There's cases where guys have gotten restraining orders. Women have put restraining orders on them. Vice versa too. That men and women put restraining orders on people because they can't take no for an answer. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that can't take no for, or a woman that can't take no for an answer. If they're just not interested, just cut your losses. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.